Hey, what's up, everybody? What's happening? I want to have a quick conversation with you real fast about this beautiful concept of forgiveness in the Quran. And I want to take who I call my Patreon saint. Really, I would also call him my mystical teacher. No other than Ibn Mansara, of African descent from Moorish Spain. Everybody know that's my favorite era in time. The philosophies, the just the lifestyle period was just a golden age. That's what exactly why it's called a golden age. So from information to lifestyle, it was just a beautiful thing. But Ibn Mansara had works that I've shared before, predominantly two works that kind of survived a little bit through various authors, basically. So there's not one manuscript, one book that I have seen that they have physically that this is the original from him, nor was it copied. It kind of came out a way, sort of like a hadith. This person said this, and this person said he said that, and then that became a reflection of his teachings, because his teachings were at that time considered heresy in a sense, right? Like, no, heretical, like, no, you know what I mean? Like, you can't teach this. You know what I'm saying? This goes against mainstream Islam. Um, but nevertheless, the work I want to pay attention to today is the Kitab al Haruf, which is the book of letters, Kitab al Haruf, the book of letters, right? And he's getting into the symbolic meanings of the Arabic letters and their relationship to the creation in the cosmos. Okay. Now, I have shown before that in Hebrew, this is a known fact. You got the secrets in the Hebrew letters, the wisdom of the Hebrew letters. That book is on my other bookshelf. And then even over into Islam, you have a sheikh who says, listen, man, here's all the knowledge is from Aleph to Yah, right? Which is two Arabic letters, right? So this is a known phenomenon in the Eastern culture, in more of the mystical Eastern culture of Islam and Judaism, dealing with was not what we now call Kabbalists. Okay. And so then the question I would ask is, well, could these letters really represent divine instruction? So much so that if we know how to piece together the word, then that will show us how to bring about what that word represents. And I'll never forget this. And I wish I had this slide up. Shalom in Hebrew is composed of three letters. The root word is composed of three letters. The shin, sh, which symbolizes fire. The L, we call it Lamet, which symbolizes the zodiac sign Libra, which means that's the sign of balance. Okay. And the last letter, Mem, M, which symbolizes water. Shalom, fire, balance, water. And I said, wow, fire is considered masculine. Fire on the negative is considered anger. Fire within consciousness is considered conscious. Lamb or Lamet, balance. Mean, feminine. Water is its elemental assignment. Okay. Negative side, emotions. Fire is the conscious, water is the subconscious. Fire, we know, has always been considered the masculine, while the water is always considered the feminine. So, shalom in Hebrew, from the Kabbalah standpoint, represents a state of balance between your conscious mind and subconscious mind, your activity and your receptivity, your fire passion and your intuitive feeling, your anger and your emotion. Okay. Beautiful thing, because see, in English, the English does not necessarily give us principles attached to the letters or the word. Peace just means, yo, peace, man, peace. Peace is like saying hi, peace, peace. It doesn't carry anything to it per se. And this is what I love about these letters, right? And so I'm gonna show you because see, the Quran has always challenged us to think. Now look at this verse. Look how it opens up, chapter 12. Aleph Lam Ra. Okay, Aleph Lam Ra, these three letters. These are the symbols of the enlightened book. All right, some translations say the enlightened book. These are the symbols, or these are the verses. Now, these are called the disconnected letters. There are 29 chapters in the Holy Quran out of 114. 29 chapters open up with letters. The very first verse is letters. Now, there's a translation that says, and none knows its meaning besides Allah. Now, you can go to your chat GPT, your Googles, and then type this in. Did what are the disconnected letters in Islam? And also you can ask, did Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, teach about the disconnected letters? And the answer is going to be nope. The answer is going to be right now in Islam, there is not a definite consensus and understanding of what these letters mean, which means what? They were put there as a code. So that translation right there by Yusuf Ali that says these are the symbols, because the word verse literally is the same translation for symbol. These are symbols, these are signs, but the Quran always says that these are signs for men of understanding. So it's always challenged us to think outside of the box to grasp more of what is known as the cosmic reality of God, meaning the ultimate unity of God, as it was taught in the old ways. Come into the ultimate unity of God. So it's put here on purpose to challenge us, right? And so these esoteric schools, mainly Sufism, which later became Sufism as an organized body. Okay, I'm not saying that Sufism didn't exist. Ibn Mansur existed before the first political body of Sufism. Not to say that the esoteric school didn't exist, right? Because the mystics and the the authors always exist before the actual books. Anyway, all right. So anyway, let's get into this, man, because this is I love this stuff. This stuff is beautiful. It's beautiful instruction, right? And see, that's another thing about the Quran too, because there's a chapter called the pen. It's like we taught man by the pen. What do you mean you taught? I thought you was in heaven. I thought you was somewhere. What do you mean you taught man by the pen? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Man. All right. So full of beautiful mysteries. All right. All right, so let's talk about forgiveness. Here's a verse from the Quran that says, and the retribution for an evil act is an evil one like it. All right. But whoever pardons, and which pardons means forgive. So whoever forgives and makes reconciliation, his reward is due from Allah. Indeed, he does not like the wrongdoer. And the word for forgiveness is Ain Fa Wa. Afa. So Ain Fa Wa. And we read the Arabic from right to left. Okay. All right. So let's get into Ain Fa Wa. The Ain represents the eye, ladies and gentlemen. Vision, insight, vision in the heart. That is very important. Vision in the heart. The Fa is the mouth, power of speech and words. See, in Hebrew, we got an Ain, and the Fa is Pei, which represents the mouth. But I keep showing y'all that, hey, Arabic and Hebrew, they share the same, they're Semitic languages. They share the same thing. All right. And then the last word, the Wa letter, rather, the Wa means connection to the divine. Okay. So let's break it down. What is this saying mystically to us? Okay. Alpha, forgiveness, pardon, also means wiping away and removing. And that's interesting, because I oftentimes don't think we associate, the English mind don't associate forgiveness with removing. and maybe we need to. Okay. So, number one, forgiveness starts with the vision because the I is first. The Ein is first with the I. Forgiveness starts with the vision to see the said infraction, see the trauma, along with seeing how our hearts are both affected and will be cleansed. See how it affects your heart, and then see the aftermath of how you will be affected. Because remember, the Ein is talking about a vision in the heart. I can't tell you how many times the Quran gives reference to your senses of hearing, seeing, especially seeing is a function of the heart and not the eyes on your head. Okay. So we have to have the vision within the mind's eye for sure, and then within the heart. Okay. To see the infraction. The next thing is the power of speech, the fa, the power of speech in words. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. So we must utilize the power of our words with self, because remember, the ein is the vision of the heart. So when we become bogged down about these things, we got to put our eye on it. And then based off this word, is telling us that we need to use the power of words with ourselves and possibly those who we had an infraction with. Okay. It's called words of forgiveness, words of sincerity. Okay. Now, the third piece, or let me back up a little bit above that. The work is internal first, as it starts with the vision in the heart. So, speaking words of forgiveness directly to our heart is the key. How about that? How about we speak right here? The Quran says this hears, this sees, especially sees, it has vision. Science from the University of Thomas Jefferson, or Thomas Jefferson University Hospital in Philadelphia, has published findings that the heart has its own nervous system. The heart has its own nervous system. Heart Math, an institution, I believe they out on the West Coast, has been doing phenomenal work for a very long time, showing how the heart picks up information about the environment before our conscious mind sees the environment. Just a few little nanoseconds before, possibly even up to a few seconds before, the heart picks up information about the environment before the mind does. Okay? So, if all of this emphasis, which we know the heart is absolutely the life generating force, the beep beep, or what they call leb dub, which is very interesting because they say the sound of the heart is leb dub. Leb, L-E-B, leb in Hebrew, LB. Literally, that's how you spell heart in Hebrew. Leb, LB. Seriously. Which remember, the B is also synonymous in sound with the V. So then it's love, LV. That's why you like Louis Vuitton, love. Which we say the heart is the apparatus of love. See how beautiful this is? Okay. So speaking the words of forgiveness here, removing the energy, the things that need to be forgiven with the power of speech, fa, the power of speech directly to the heart, speaking to the heart, being sincere with the heart, and having sincere speech is the key. The last thing is when we do those two principles, the eye, the vision on the heart, the power of the speech on the heart, that connects us, the wa, that connects us to the divine. Okay? That's all that is. All right. Okay. Now, the scripture reads, though, that was just forgiveness, but it says, whoever pardons and makes reconciliation. Ooh, you got to do something. So we just can't say we forgive. We have to make reconciliation. But The word for reconciliation, or another meaning for reconciliation, actually means to improve. It means to improve. So we have to make improvement. This is why I say true forgiveness is measured by our improvements. And it is the power of our speech about the infraction and our aggressors that determine it. Let me elaborate on that. Reconciliation means improvement. What is being measured? How we speak about that event that has us, traumatized. How we speak about that person who has us traumatized. That's the ultimate gauge. The power of our speech. Okay? The power of our speech, that is how we speak about these things. That is what determines the improvement. So that's very important to understand that. All right. So let's bring that back. All right. Improvements must show up mentally and physically. Because remember, see, it just can't be who is whoever pardons and makes reconciliation. So you just can't pardon. That's mental. The reconciliation part, the improvement part is physical. So improvements must show up mentally and physical. Okay. Now, how to forgive is already within the vision of our hearts, ladies and gentlemen. It's the truth. It's the liberation and the ideal we see in our mind's eye. Hence, the very first letter was what? Ein, when we deal with forgiveness. Okay. See, I say it this way. The Quran says that Allah made man and put a piece of his soul, Allah's soul, in man. Therefore, we already have the vision. We already come pre-programmed with the soul of the creator, where we already know the vision. We already have everything that we need. We already have anything. And I'm not knocking therapists when I say this, but this is why I say, let us trust our hearts and Allah as our guide to forgiveness and improvement. These are our counselors, right? Because if we were truly made in the image of God, the Bible would say that. Now, the Quran may not say that, and the Quran would then turn around and say, but hey, I made you from my soul. Man, that's the equivalent to being made in the image of in my head, right? In fact, I'd rather be made from your soul than told I was made in the image of, right? I'd rather you tell me, man, I made you from my soul. Okay, if I had to pick, right? So there is, just like DNA, there's programs that's already encoded within us. There's so many subconscious or even unconscious, because we're not aware, biological processes that the cells go through, cellular respiration and all these things that make us alive, that we don't even think about, we don't even have a knowledge of. We already come with the program. We already come with the program. You already see in your mind's eye what to do. Oftentimes when we go seek counseling, we're seeking confirmation. That's my opinion. We're seeking confirmation because you already see, when you're in a situation that we don't like, we automatically know what we do like. When we're cold, we turn on the heat. When we're hot, we turn on the air. We know how to go to the opposite because we don't like this current state. And all states have duality. Sadness, happiness, cold, hot, right? Up, down. All states have duality. So we already know what the other side is. While we're not moving, okay, that could be expounded upon. But the truth of the matter is, remember sharing this the other day, the truth of the matter is we already have the divine wisdom is already within us because the vision is there already. And we still have to take the action at the end of the day. It's up to us to decide to forgive and wipe away. It's it's up to us to go ahead and say, uh-oh, I have to make improvements. I have to measure my reality now and my mental and physical actions. I have to do things that align to get me from this state to this particular state. Anything else, I will call it. See, they'll call it the gin is messing with you. I would say that the ego is the ego is taking us on a mind. And you know the word I want to say. Your mind ucking yourself. Okay. Right. And so it's all this and this and this and this and this and this is why the teachers always try to get us away from or learning how to direct the mind to the heart. Mind's beautiful. But when you stay there too long, they be like, no, 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 no. It becomes dangerous, as with anything. But say, hey, learn how to direct this here and live from here. Right. And this is why it's important in the work that I share is, okay, let's go on this journey. We can go on this beautiful journey and let's open this up. Let's open up Pandora's box right here and start living a heart fulfilled because again, we already come predestined. We already come programmed. We already got the hardware. Now we can upgrade ourselves with software, meaning information, but we already got some hardware that's pretty freaking awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay. So I will accept the two notions that we are made in the image of God and the soul of God is what dwells inside of us. I'll take those two. I love those two because that tells us something and that helps us spiral versus being stuck in a circle. That helps us spiral and evolve into what we call our highest selves. All right. So, all right, man. That's today's Kupa. I'm gonna get ready for Juma in a few, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. All right, get with me in the Patreon, and see you later.